Hello and welcome to another episode of Sportstar Extras. We are here to analyze the IPL match between Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Capitals. A comprehensive, easy win for Delhi Capitals. Ashin, who do you have as a hit?
My hit for the game was Prithvi Shaw. Obviously, in the first game, he missed out by getting out early in the power play. Today also, he could have been dismissed early on if Chennai had called for a review in the second ball of the over when he edged behind. But he managed to capitalize. And even though he had a slow start in the power play, Delhi had scored just 36 in the first 6 overs. But they accelerated and then they got around to 86, 88 by the end of the first 10 overs. So again, he scored 60 odd plus. That will do him a lot of confidence going forward. And he didn't try to overhit the ball or he didn't go for those massive sixes because it's a big ground as well. So he played those proper ground strokes and he capitalized on his opportunity and he did well today. What about you, Ashwin?
Ashin, I'm going with Delhi Capitals leg spinner Amit Mishra for the hit. Here's an interesting stat, Ashin. He is the second highest wicket taker in IPL history after Lasith Malinga. And today, as usual, he was brilliant. He didn't play the first match. This was his first match of this season. 4 overs, no wickets, but just 23 runs, Ashin. And his career IPL economy rate is just 7.3. I mean, that is amazing. And, you look at him, he's 37. He's sort of an old school leg spinner, likes to flight it. You don't associate him instantly with T20 success, but time and again, he shows that there is place for flight, turn, dip, all of those old school qualities in a big hitting T20 format, especially on these sort of wickets, which offers some slowness off the surface. The variations that he has in flight, just flight variation, it's very tough to hit him out of the park. And today he was exceptional. Didn't pick up any wickets, but economy rate of less than 6. I think he pretty much won the match for Delhi right there, because he came in a time when Faf and the others were trying to accelerate. They couldn't do anything.
Do you think if Ashwin, whenever he is back fit, Mishra will find place in this lineup?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would go with R. Ashwin over Mishra. Ashin. This is a very tough choice, but given the experience and the smartness that R. Ashwin brings, I think he'll take his place back. But if Amit Mishra gets like a 4-4 or a 5-4 in the next match, then it could be pretty interesting.
True, possible. Yeah. So moving on to the misses of the game with CSK, I think I'm going to go with how they are still struggling with the batting order. And again, it's early days in the tournament, but Chennai lack some big hitters in the top order in their side. Murli Vijay has not performed well so far, and Jadhav is not someone who can go at a 130 click, right at the start. So someone like Sam Curran and Dhoni, who are proven with their big hitting ability and who can accelerate better, I feel they could have been promoted up the order. Even in the last game, I felt that they did go with Curran at number 4. It worked to a certain extent. I feel there are players who are at batting way low down the order could perhaps come higher up, because they leave it too much to get in the end, which ultimately cost them in the last 2 games.
Right. My miss, you touched upon it briefly, Ashin. I'm going with Murli Vijay and his lack of form in the 3 matches that he has played so far. He has scored 1-1 and today he made a 10. And he was not convincing at all for the 3rd consecutive game. And like you said earlier, the opener slot is extremely, extremely important in T20 cricket. You as an opener are expected to go out there, blast your way to a quick 40-50, give the team about 50 or 55 runs in the first 6 overs. And Murali Vijay, even though we know he can be terrifically explosive, big sixes, and also graceful in the cover drives and flicks and all that, he just doesn't look the part so far. And he is putting a lot of pressure on the middle order because he's not scoring, and even if he does hang around, he's taking too long to get going. So by the time Faf and Dhoni and all these others come in, it's just too late. We're looking at Rayudu coming back into the action sometime soon. So I think that would be a direct swap. Whenever Rayudu is ready, straight off replace Vijay. Yeah, Rayudu might be forced to open the innings, but either way, it's not working out for M. Vijay right now, unfortunately.
And quickly touch upon, so Ruturaj Gaikwad, 2 matches he's been unlucky with his dismissal today. Do you think he will?
Ruturaj Gaikwad is a strange one, Ashin. Actually, I have an overall problem with the way the number 4 position is being perceived as sort of a sheet anchor role. I think it's time we realize that in T20 cricket, there is no need for a sheet anchor role at all. Everybody has to hit. We saw that again with the Delhi Capitals also today, with Shreyas Iyer coming and scoring just a little over 100 strike rate. And, he nearly ruined the terrific start that Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw gave the team, because we're coming in at that stage at number 4. I think this sheet anchor is sort of an overrated role in T20 cricket, not just for Ruturaj Gaikwad, Shreyas Iyer, and all the number 4s out there. Just come in there and start hitting. Just try and get as many runs as possible as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so a lot to look forward to for Chennai in the next coming matches.
We move on to Saturday's match, which is between Kolkata Knight Riders and Sunrisers Hyderabad. In terms of a contest within a contest, what are you looking at?
I'm looking forward to the battle between the Aussies, David Warner versus Pat Cummins. Warner was unlucky to get out in the first game at the non-strikers end. And Pat Cummins, he came in with the as a big money buy in this IPL. And again, he just got off quarantine on the day of the game against Mumbai, and seemed like he was lacking some practice, and he got hammered with his bowling 3 overs for 49. And I feel like he will have a lot of expectations, and he will be raring to go again. And Warner again, him and Bairstow's partnership is very crucial for Sunrisers, as we saw last season, when Warner again finished as the highest run scorer for the season. So that is the battle which I'm looking for.
Great. I am looking forward to Andre Russell taking on the SRH bowlers in the death. Because now that we're fairly certain that Russell will not bat up the order, he's going to stick to his death finisher position. I expect big fireworks from Russell in this match, because he didn't do too well in the previous match, but I think we all know that when it comes to big hitting, there is nobody better in the world than Andre Russell. So guys like SRH bowlers like Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Sandeep Sharma and Natarajan, they have a lot to worry about, because once he gets going, I mean, we've seen it time and again, we've covered his matches also, he can just turn it around in just 2 to 3 overs. He can score 50 and that's it, game over there. So a lot to think about for the SRH death bowlers.
And especially since it's one of the better bowling units in the IPL, so it's going to be an exciting contest to look forward to.
Yeah, you're right. Bhuvneshwar Kumar does do a good job at the death. Sandeep Sharma and Natarajan, I'm not too sure. But Bhuvneshwar Kumar, that will be a challenge for us.